Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about something really important to not just me, but I believe everyone here in America and maybe even possibly the world. But mac and cheese is something that's pretty basic, but can be pretty flavorless and just not good if you get it from restaurants, in my opinion. But there are a few that you can get some good stuff, just the quality is usually hit or miss. Either the noodles are overcooked or undercooked, the cheese is runny, watery, no flavor, or just overall it's terrible. Or they just hand you some Kraft mac and cheese and call it a day. But talking about how you can go to your house and make the same thing, but likely to be 100 times better, just as like a stand-in value. But if you get what I'm saying, you're a real one. If you make your own food, it's like always like way better. But if you have any experience with just how easy it is to make homemade mac and cheese, there's many ways to do it, but I like to make the roux, some butter, some flour, equal parts. Put in some milk and some cheese. Personally, I use cheddar and Asiago and sometimes Gouda, and then I'll throw in some garlic and onion powder. I know it's kind of cheating, but it's a lot easier than throwing in some garlic and onion. And then, because you never know, like, you can control everything that you're putting into your mac and cheese, is my point here. But if you're spending upwards of $30 on mac and cheese, depending on where you live, and it's like the portion is enough, but it's just like the quality is so just not worth the money. Even if you're spending like $12, like it's crazy because they're not putting their effort into it because it's so basic. Like you could do this yourself all day, but I'd like to hear some of other people's opinions on how they are thinking of mac and cheese, or if I'm just, I know I'm not crazy because there's so many different foods that are like just like way better when you do it yourself. But in the end, I know the stuff that I make is good because I put my I know it sounds stupid, but if you're putting your love in it, like you're thinking like, oh, this is gonna be good, and turns out to be good, usually. Like, and I'm not just like making this up. I've made it for years and years, and everyone's like, this is so good, this is the best I've ever had. And I'm like, yeah, it only took like 30 minutes to make it or whatever. Like, and usually at like a restaurant, they're like, they already have it made, pre-made. They use like American cheese with cheddar, and they don't use as much milk, and they don't do the process correctly because they're there to make money. They're not being like, oh, this is gonna be the best meal you've had. Like, that's not what I'm expecting, but I'm expecting it to actually have a taste. Like, when I say that, I'm serious. But I eat it. Like, I don't like to eat out much, but when I do, it's literally water with cheese flavoring is the best way to describe it. So then, to me, that tastes like just nothing. Like, why would I pay for that ever? And you shouldn't either, unless you have a favorite spot and like that's what you like. But in my experience with being, I wouldn't call it a picky eater. I'm a selective eater, which is just a fancy way of saying it. But I like know what I want to eat and why I want to eat that, because why would you ever eat something that you don't want to eat because you have that choice? But for the time being, I'm still looking to find a place that has something good for mac and cheese. I'm trying not to give up on the world, but I'm starting to think that the only way to eat it is at home. And like, I got friends and people around me that are like, this is good, you should try it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take your word for it. And then it's just like literally nothing. Like, I'm taking a bite and I'm like, they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't taste anything. And they're like, you're crazy. And I'm like, no, it literally tastes like nothing. I'm just so used to making what I want that maybe I shut it out. It's not, I know it's not a mental thing. It could be. But if there's no flavor, you can't just like tell yourself that it's good. Like, every time at a restaurant, I don't want to be like, oh, this is horrible to them because like I did it one time and they were like, I agree. Because it was like $24 for it. Like, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, don't go to restaurants because restaurants are cool because they're a place to hang out and do what you got to do. But in reality, you should tell the waiter or waitress or whoever asks you if your food's good that it's not good because they're just gonna keep serving you the food like to other people, and they're just making money off of something that isn't good when all it takes is a simple tweak. They just gotta maybe like take a different approach to what they're offering because they can't call it mac and cheese if it's just macaroni with cheese, if you get what I mean. Like, it's got the macaroni and cheese aspect, but it's not an actual dish that you should be serving to people at a little restaurant that you're literally paying money for. Like, the same could go with basically any food ever, but in the end of the day, there's nothing as a consumer that you can do without you getting your voice out there because you're just gonna be disappointed time and time again if you just keep getting put up with it. Like, I've been told that I should open my own establishment by many people, but that's just unrealistic because why? Like, because someone might think, like, oh, this isn't good, like, this has too much flavor, and, like, that's, like, too much flavor is a thing. Like, it might be overpowering, but some people like that, and there's different ways to go about your process. If you like little flavor or a lot of flavor, there's no hate on anyone, but there has to be some flavor is where I'm getting at. And in my experience, that's just how it goes. Like I've said like probably 20 times in this video now that there's just, it's sad. That's all I'm getting at here. There should be a standard that you shouldn't have something that's cheese flavored because sometimes that's what you're used to and you might think that's good, which is, let's say, I don't know, Panera, that's like more cheese flavored than anything, I'd say. It's got the, I don't know, the consistency of the noodles is just weird, and we got like Texas Roadhouse, do they even have it? I'm just naming like pretty big places. They have Kraft, I believe, but that's like for like kids. Like that's not like what we're talking about here. We're talking about the real deal, like baked mac and cheese or just macaroni that has cheese mixed into it, and there's probably no reason to go on about it like this, but I believe that us as a society should come together and just really appreciate the good food out there, and no matter how basic it is, no matter if you like it or you don't like it, that you got to be honest with yourself and who's making it, like that the quality of what's going in it, and really like because of what's coming in, it's got to come out, and you know it goes into your body. That's energy. That's really what food's about. Like, it's not about indulgence and overeating and whatever, because mac and cheese, let's say, is a comfort food, and it makes you think like, oh, this is good. Like, it's a nice cozy meal. Like, we got this. We don't have to eat too much, but you want to, but you shouldn't. But I think that's enough conspiracy talk, I guess. But like I said, I want to hear what other people think. Let me know of experiences you've had with mac and cheese or other foods, and I'll possibly make other videos about how I possibly make my own mac and cheese. If maybe I'll put a clip in of me. I have like a short up on my channel. I'll just throw it in the video, or you can just go watch it. It's just like really bubbly mac and cheese. I thought it was cool. We got some slow motion shots, but I'll just like let it be that we gotta have a higher standard on all foods, not just mac and cheese, because I've had very rough experiences with restaurants, and it makes me scared to go to them, honestly, because it's very disappointing. Like, just like I said, let me know how things have gone for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.